Y'all know what it is? It's the morning after. Buffs take it to the chin from the Houston Cougars, 36-20. We went back and looked at some stuff. Man, there's so much that needs to be done. Prime was 100% right in his post-game presser. We'll talk about some of the things he said, and we'll dive into all that here on the Prime Time for College Football, a Hog Media production presented by Sleeper. Thank y'all for pulling up. Your boy Jay. Yeah, this was not a good game at all. It started off bad and it just continued to avalanche. You saw some moments of, okay, this is what Colorado was supposed to be. And then it just fell right back apart. We're going to look at the box score. We're going to look at some of the plays. Man, all I can say is to open that, as Prime mentioned, this team's getting his butt kicked. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of things that they got to get better at. There's a lot of decisions that will be made. Some tough ones. Ryan Staub was not good in this game. But he did play hard. That's the one thing I will give to him. He played hard. Abandoning the run game again. Got to have a conversation about Pat Shermer. So let's take a gander at this real quick. So, of course, I took a look at this, 36-20. We're looking at the box here. And, man, 23 runs, 96 yards. Not bad. Why weren't we playing Price more? Why wasn't Price getting the ball more? Most of the runs from Ryan, 11 of the 23 came from him, 36 yards. Simeon Price had a 38-yard touchdown, dog, and you're not seeing much more of him? What are we thinking about? Like, what's the reasoning and the holdup behind that? And even and Prime said that. He felt that the players, this is what he quoted, I felt as though we had the players with the ability to be physical and run the darn football, but we started off with a tackle for loss on the first or second play of the darn game. Can't start out like that. We prepared too much to understand what the opposition is doing. It's not like it surprised us. You know it is coming. You just have to make the plays. And if there's one thing that I would say I was pretty upset about in this game, this is the second P4 game that the Buffs have played, and they gave up over 200 yards on the ground. Connor Wigman looked just like Haynes King in this game. That doesn't make any sense. That is not how the Buffs played last year. Run defense was a heck of a lot better. But 213 in this one, he ran for 83 yards. That's the most I think he's ran in a game in his career. Like, this is not something that Connor was known for at all. Running the ball was never his strong suit. When I pull up his career here, let's look at these career stats real quick because I'm really curious about this. Rushing, 97 yards his first year, 63 his second year, 101 his third year at Texas A&M. He ran for 142 yards last year. He ran for more than 50% of what he ran for last year in this one game. Is that a telling thing? Livingston's got some work to do in fixing this run defense. Even on top of that, Connor's getting 89 yards on the ground. Not even going to be too mad about that, but yeah, that run defense was bad. There's other bad stuff. Let's talk about that. But first, shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper. If you're not using it for daily fantasy football, you are missing out. The number one app's got all the best features out there on top of the daily fantasy sports. It also provides you with a whole bunch of stuff like live statistics, real-time updates that you can see and visualize all the stats, as well as get those updates for your favorite players and teams and the ones that you're actually playing in the daily fantasy. The rules are simple. You pick two or more players and you pick their stats, more or less, receiving, rushing, passing. Do that in college, NFL, everything. And they got an engaging chat to where you can actually talk with other players about plays and performances throughout the entire season. So download the number one sports app today. Experience it for yourself. Use our promo code PRIMETIME, and that you will get and if you deposit $100, you'll get 100% match. So they'll match you up to $100 on that first deposit. Check it out. See terms of use for details. And so when we look back at this play-by-play, I think this is the thing that got me. I mean, team stats overall was just brutal. Buffs are not very good on third down conversions. 4-14, not good. And then, of course, letting Houston convert on those fourth downs. That's when you need to dig your heels in the ground and not let them go anywhere. That's where you got to show your muscle. You're getting pushed around. 213 rushing yards, 400 yards total offense. Connor Wigman was looking like an All-American. And then, of course, the 2 interceptions that were thrown is always brutal. But let's start off with some of this play-by-play. And I say that because the Buffs were just starting in bad positions. You get the ball, you lose 2 yards, and then you throw a 10-yarder, right? You get a good drive there. But it felt like every other play was first down, lose yards, second down, then third down, and then next thing you know, you punt it. I mean, you punt the ball a lot more than you probably should. I don't think Houston is that great of a team. I don't think they're a bad team. But this was a game that the Buffs should have been able to go down there and muscle. They didn't. Willie Fritz had his boys a lot more prepared in comparison. That touchdown drive, though, this one was really good. Both of them, the back-to-back ones. You felt good. You got some runs. You got some passes. Look at it. Back-to-back 11-yard runs. So Ryan, Scramble got a run. Trackhawk got himself 11-yard run. You felt good. Then you got the 8-yard run from Price, followed by a 38-yarder. Again, he had 5 carries in this game. Why? Why aren't we using the guy that has the most yards on the team running and not just running him into the ground? To me, it feels like you should do that. Now, granted, you're starting off drives backwards, right? Your quarterback is scrambling around and running right into defenders instead of leveraging that pocket. Like, there was one sack that Ryan took, and there was only a 3-man rush. Go towards your blockers and try to figure out how to get the pass down the field. I mean, they had everybody covered, so you can scramble. But you had a 3-man rush on 5 dudes, and you went to the edge. That sacked you. There was so much going on in this game that just made me say, what is up? I know Ryan's better than this. And Prime even mentioned it in the post-game presser that he didn't play a good game. And the other thing is, they dominate the clock by running the ball constantly. Like, we saw the stats here. Looking at the numbers, running for 213 yards. The time of possession, look at that, 36-23. You're not winning games doing that. And don't get it twisted. I think that the Buffs can figure this out in time. But Houston didn't even have home field advantage. They only had 37,000 people there. The place was pretty much empty. The team's got to play better. I know the team can. Prime knows the team can, and he's even said that. He said that. This team should play better. He got into them. But you had some shining spots. Tawfiq Bayer was out there everywhere on the field. He led the team in tackles, 14 tackles, 8 of them solo. He was all over the place. He got a half a sack and a tackle for a loss, half sack for a loss. He was everywhere. Him and Ben, they were leading the way in that safety room. Carter Stoudemire, to me, was in some good spots. Makari Vickers coming back from, everything he was dealing with, basically taking over that second corner spot. And that pass interference call felt like BS. But whatever. You could see the receiver pulling him down. But whatever. You can't do anything about that. Sometimes it's all about the angle. And that's why everybody's handsy. The bigger thing, though, when he got busted on that double move, hurts. But I know he'll recover from that. Prime will teach him. You're not going to win them all. But, man, just stopping simple plays from Houston felt like a chore from this squad. It's a lot to work on. We'll break down more of this. We're going to go look at some of the advanced numbers from PFF. We'll look at the snap counts, who played, what went down. Because I got to get a better understanding of the Simeon Price piece. We got to understand this run game. So let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to drop something quick this morning, Saturday morning. It is football time. We're about to start watching some ball. But, man, the Buffs got some work to do. So let me know what y'all think. Shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper. Hooking y'all up. Make sure you go check them out. Use the promo code PRIMETIME to get a 100% match on your first $100. See terms of conditions do apply, and see Sleeper's terms of use of details, and we'll chop it up soon.